The question was asked, how do I get better at trading? Although trading can be difficult, the answer to this is really straightforward. Back in the day, I used to play basketball, but I also have always worked since I was 13. So I remember in high school and in college, my best friend on the team, we played the same position, okay? I rode the bench, they were the stars. What was the difference? The difference was I can remember while I was flipping burgers, they were waking up in the morning, getting a mile in running. While I was busting tables, they were hitting the weight room so they could score the and one bucket, right? While I was worried about buying Jordans to look good on the court, they were in the gym making 1,000 shots so they could hit the game winner and carry the team when it really mattered. So if you want to know how to get better at trading or any other skill, it comes down to one word: practice. Let's go deeper. Hey guys, JD here. So I don't think it should come as a shock to anyone that if you want to get better at trading, you have to practice. But most people, I would say, don't really know how to practice trading. Okay. Most people think in trading, you practice by taking trades, right? Let me just get out here, get on the charts and trade. And that's practice. No, that is not practice. That is the way to blow accounts out. All right. Or most people think, all right, I'll just go on demo. And then, once I grow the demo account, I got it figured out. Then I'll go live. Now, that's a good thing to do, but it has to be done properly. You can't just go on demo and take any setup, take any trade, just hit buttons, right? Because if you don't practice the way you're going to play, you're not going to perform well. And that was something I learned in college. Practice how you're going to play, right? So people who practice, let's keep it going with basketball. People who practice basketball at full speed, like, they're not just going through the motions. Like they used to say, don't just go through the motions. You have to practice how you're going to play. You got to go at full speed. You got to jump as hard as you can. You got to run as hard as you can. You got to break a sweat in practice. All right. You got to make practice harder than the game. Okay. If you practice harder than the game is going to be, then the game will be easy. Right. So when you have a team and, the second team and the first team, they're at war in practice. I mean, flat out war, how Jordan used to turn practice into a war, how Kobe used to turn practice into a war. That's how you get into the game and dominate. Right. Trading is the same way. You have to practice, but you have to practice the same way you're going to play. All right. So let's say you start on the demo, which you should, right? But you're on demo. You don't just jump in because you're ready to take a trade, right? You don't enter before the candle closes. All right. You don't enter if there's no clear setup. All right. You don't take, if you're taking second entries or higher lows, you don't take them in the wrong spot. You have to practice the same way you're going to play the game, because whatever, I'm losing my train of thought. Whatever habit, there we go, you create while you're practicing, that's what you're going to do in the game. So whatever habit you create while you're in demo, you're going to do the same thing in live. So, don't trick yourself, right? Do not trick yourself. Just because you doubled your demo account, but you took a whole bunch of trades, you took a whole bunch of risks, you took a whole bunch of trading setups that you probably wouldn't have done. You doubled up a couple times, you tripled up a couple times, you didn't have any fear because it's fake money, right? Don't trick yourself into thinking you're going to do that when you go live. No, practice the exact same way, right? Don't take setups that you're not going to take live. Don't do things in demo that you're not going to do once you go live. Okay. But I kind of got off pace. That's actually not how you get better though. Right. So how do you want to know how to truly get better? You have to truly practice. But here's the thing. For those of us who are trading price action, it's super easy to practice. People who have other strategies, I don't know, who use a lot of indicators, I guess I could say, from what I've heard, and I've never really done this, so I guess back testing is how most people practice. I guess back testing would be practice. To me, it's hard to see back testing as practice, but I guess if you're using a whole bunch of indicators, how else can you see whether your strategy works other than do back testing? So I'm not trying to shoot back testing down. I just personally don't have to back test because that's not how my strategy works. I don't have to practice that way. But I guess if you're using a lot of indicators, you need to be doing some back testing to make sure your strategy works. Okay. But let me just talk about what I know, right? For those of us who trade price action, for those of us who are using the 21 EMA or one or a few EMAs and trading off of pure price action, for us, it's easier to practice. Here's why. First of all, price action is king. Okay. Secondly, it's easy to practice. No, let me get serious. It's easy to practice because we can look at a price chart, take a screenshot of it. Then you can go over that chart and mark up every entry you see. Okay. So for a price action trader, the way you practice is by reading as many price charts as you can. All right. I like to say you have to get your chart hours up. What I mean by that is you have to look at enough price charts to where you can begin to see the patterns that happen over and over and over in the market. Okay. For those of us who understand price action, we understand, especially JD's version of price action, we understand that there is a market cycle. We understand that the market moves in twos, which we call the rule of two. We understand that the 21 EMA is the ultimate indicator guide to show us the market cycle and the rule of two. And we also understand that when we get a perfect market cycle, when we get a perfect rule of two, we're getting perfect price action, and we actually know what setups should occur. All right. So what I mean by that is that if I'm in an uptrend and I've had two legs down, I already know to look for a retest to a new high. That retest is going to create a second entry long. Okay. So I can practice that. I can go to a chart, take a screenshot. Okay. And then mark up every second entry long I can find, mark up every high or low I can find. I can mark up every trade I can find that is going with trend. All right. So as a price action trader, it is much easier for us to actually practice and get better at the skill of trading because we're using nothing but the chart, right? And a 21 EMA. So what all we need to do as price action traders to get better is to take screenshots, right? Take as many screenshots as you can, mark them up, and start to look for the market cycle. Start to look for the rule of two. Start to look for the price action entries, the second entries, the higher lows, the rally based rallies, the drop based drops, the range fades. And when you do that over and over each and every day, once you're trading live, you will be able to understand what the market is doing, predict what's most probable to happen next, and look for your setups. And then when they come, you trade without fear. You trade without hesitation because you've practiced this, right? You've seen this. It's like a rerun of a movie. All right. You've seen it over and over and over again. And you know what's most probable to happen. It's not 100%, but you know what's most probable to happen because you've seen this TV show 1,000 times, right? So when you get your chart hours up, that allows you, to get better. That's how you get better at trading. Practice, practice, practice is how you get better. Okay. So I know people are going to ask me, so I'm going to tell you, I just use a few tools. I use I think it's called Green Shot. Okay. You can just go to Chrome, type in Green Shot. It's a download. It's just an app that goes right on your PC, and you can take screenshots with that. After you take the screenshot, it's going to give you option to how do you want to save it and all that good stuff. And I just save it in MS Paint. That should be on, again, on everybody's PC. Apple users, I don't know what to tell you, but that should be on the PC, MS Paint. I go to MS Paint, then I can add all my arrows. That's it. And that's how I practice. So the same way when I do these work study lessons and I've taken a screenshot and then I mark it up, that's how you practice. If you do that every day, okay, if you let's just say I'm just gonna throw this number out of the blue, but let's say 10, right? If you take 10 screenshots of a market, mark it up, look for every price action entry, you will get better. Now, the other thing is this. One reason I like pocket options, even if you're not going to be trading binary options, I would still say just get a pocket option account. It really helps you practice, right? I'm able to teach you guys better because I use the pocket option platform, because I can go, it's all, number one, it's always open, right? So you're always seeing prices moving, but then I can go grab stocks, I can go grab currencies. I mean, as far as taking screenshots, I can, so pocket option broker is a great broker just to have, even if you're not going to trade binary options, for your learning, for your practice, because it's always open. You can always go grab a good screenshot and try to see what's going on. Okay. So that's what you're going to need to practice. If you really want to practice, get green shot to take a screenshot, jump on pocket options just so, because it's always open and you can always see a moving market, and just get 10 screenshots, right? And then put them in MS Paint, mark them up, and look for all price action entries. Put a 21 EMA on the chart before you take the screenshot. Look for higher lows, look for lower highs, look for second entry longs, look for second entry shorts, look for rally based rallies, look for drop based drops. Okay. Look for range fades, then pay attention to when they occur. All right. And if you do this every day, let's say 10 of them, if you do that every day, let's do a challenge, do it every day for the next 30 days. And then come back, comment on this video, and tell me whether you are trading better or not. All right. But of course you have to understand price action. Hopefully you know what I'm talking about here when I'm talking about price action. And if you don't, I have a course that teach you everything, but hopefully you already know what I'm talking about. Look for price action entries. Okay. And continue, and you just practice. You mark up charts, and that's how you get better. I mean, I know you think you get better by trading. No, you waste money. You blow money out the window if you're trading before you're ready. I know you think you get better on demo a little bit after you know what you're doing, but demo is not real. It's not, you're not in the game yet. So we still don't know how you're going to perform, right? So I say stay on demo for a very short amount of time, just enough to know what you're doing, and then try to get into a market and risk as little as possible, like risk $1, risk 0.02%, you know what I'm saying? But you put some skin in the game so you find out how you're truly going to react in the live market. But if you want to get better, marking up a chart, so it's not demo and it's not just trading, you get better by marking up a price chart, looking for every price action entry. That is how you practice. All right. So that's going to wrap it up for this one. I greatly appreciate you. So what I'm going to do from here is I'm actually going to look at my last trading day in the futures market, and I'm going to show you what I saw. Okay. How practicing helped me see it. And we're just going to read the price chart, because that's what real trading is, the ability to read a price chart. And we're going to look at a few price action entries. All right. So let's roll that film. Okay. So we're on my chart from my last trading day. Here's another way to also practice and continue to get better. You get better by examining your trading day. All right. And you look at everything you did wrong, everything you did right. That also will truly improve your trading. Don't just take 5, 10, 15 trades and don't know what's going on, right? Don't just take a whole bunch of trades and don't, you should journal. That also helps you, improve as a trader. But at least if you just look at your last trading day and look at every trade you took, why you took it, what was the result, that also will truly help you get better. Okay. So here we're going to look at my last trading day in futures and see what I did wrong, see what I did right, because mistakes were made. I did some things right, but there also was some mistakes. So first of all, let me let you guys know, we had a trend. I mean, we had a range here. All right. We had a range. I had it drawn up right here. This blue line was the bottom. This was the top. So my first trade right here was a range fade. Not a bad trade in this situation, I must say. Nice range fade entry. But here's the deal. You see this entry point right here, this blue arrow. This is the top. So right there, that tells you something. What does it tell you? I got in early, right? I got in early and nearly paid the price. Okay, nearly paid the price. I guess I would have paid the price either way. But you know what? I take that back. I take that back. I'm kind of remembering what happened. So I'm using a 2-point stop. So here's the thing about risking 2 points. That's not a lot, okay? And so here's the rules of this trade in futures. When you enter, you really want your stop to be under the lowest candle you can find, which would have been under here somewhere. But I would have had to risk more than 2 points, okay? So because of that, I got in early. I had to get in early so that I could put my stop where it went, okay? So actually, I did this exactly right. I had to put my stop where it went because look at this candle right here. If I don't do that, they come back and get me. All right. So this is something that I understand in the futures market due to what? Practicing and getting the experience, you know what I'm saying, of understanding how a market moves. And the futures market is great for being a little choppy where it'll chop down for a second, you know, run everybody stops and then go in the exact direction that you thought. Okay. So in the futures market, it's very important to put your stop where it goes. And in this case, it goes under the lowest low. So I had to enter here early or I would have lost. All right. And so because I knew where I should put my stop and I entered at a price where I could get my stop where it goes, I survived. But I mean, look at this. I mean, I barely survived. I mean, this looks like, yeah, I mean, one more tick, you know, in futures, each point has 4 ticks. One more tick, I'm out of there. I'm out of there. So I barely survived this, but it was a range fade setup, right? And my call was exactly right. I was going for a 2-point scalp. I put my stop where it went. Prices came up, tried to come get me. Then boom, rocketed up. I was exactly right on that. And I was up on the runner for a little while too, but then it came back and got me. Came back and got my runner right here. So I didn't get any extra cake on that. No extra cream on that one. If it had went to the top, I would have got my 10 points on my runner. So that would have been a good 2 contracts at 2 points and then 1 contract at 10. Would have been a good hit. So then prices mosey on along. And unfortunately, I didn't keep watching this, but then we get a breakout right here. Get this beautiful breakout candle. Okay. So prices is now heading down. We've broken out of the range. But here's the deal. For those of us who understand price action, most breakouts fail. All right. So I typically don't try to take no breakout. I would wait for a breakout pullback, and we would have had, this candle would have had to pull all the way back here. It came back, but not far enough. So I like to wait for a breakout pullback and then enter if I'm gonna go with the breakout. So that doesn't happen here. So in this case, you know, I'm just doing nothing. But here's the other thing to this too. I need to say, and this comes into practicing, understanding the market you're in, learning the market you are in. This was later in the day, and I already know in futures, when it's been in a range all day and it breaks out a little bit, man, many times that's going to be the low of the day and it's going to rally the rest of the day. And that's exactly what happened. And that comes from, hey, my knowledge of that, it comes from practice, being in analyzing markets, analyzing charts, seeing how different pairs move. So the S&P 500, this is just, man, this is how this thing moves. It does this all the time. Okay. So I'll tell you what, I was watching this and I saw this rejection right here. I saw this beautiful rejection, this hammer up, close on this high. I had my finger on the trigger, but this candle started coming in so strong, I just couldn't drop it fast enough. I just could not drop it fast enough, and it took off. It would have been an easy 2-point winner, off to the races. All right, but let me tell you what happened. I'll tell you what happened. Once we got up here and we got some rejection, I actually counted this up wrong. I was looking for actually a push up, first entry push up, second entry short to continue this downtrend, and I read it wrong. I actually read it wrong, and I don't remember. It seemed like, yeah, once I saw this, it seemed like I got in early again because I was trying to put my stop where it goes. All right, so this is a problem for me. I got to figure out how I'm gonna do this because, I wanted to get in early so I could put my stop where it goes. But really, if I wait, this is only a first entry. Let's just say that. Forget the whole stop situation. That's gonna be something else I'm gonna have to deal with. But the bottom line is this is a push up first entry, right? So I shouldn't have been entering at all. I should not have been entering at all because this is a first entry. But look what it did though. I entered at 53.13. I really can't show you. So this is 11.50 right here. You see how close it was? Oh my goodness. I needed 2 more ticks and I actually would have won this trade. I needed 2 more ticks, but I actually would have won this trade. But this was a first entry. This is why you don't take first entries. But then when this candle shot up, what I saw is that, first of all, I already knew, because my first thought was to go back here, right? First thought was to go back here. So I already knew that this was probably the low of the day. And I was thinking like, man, we're probably going to run up. We're probably going to rally up the rest of the day. I already had that thought. So I just should not have taken this short. Okay. That's a mistake. And this is why going over your trading day is so valuable. But then once this candle shot up hard, let me tell you what I saw. Low, push up, higher low with a beautiful signal candle coming back up, right? So yeah, I missed this entry here, which was actually a push down first entry, push down second entry long. So I missed the second entry long. Then I blew it and took a first entry short, right? So like I said, mistakes was made. But then I saw the low, push up, higher low with a strong signal candle coming back up. And I still hesitated. I still didn't hit the button as I should have because I was still kind of reeling from this loss. But I mustered up some energy to hit the button and I got in right here. Okay. And great call, because from here we got the push that I knew was happening even back here. So we shot up. I scalped out right here at 2 contracts at 2 points. And then I caught a 10-point runner, right? So great finish to the day. I had the one mistake here. I had a nice 2-point scalp here. If I get in here early enough, I get another easy win with a 10-point run. So either way, I would have got that 10-point run, but I gave some money away right here, unfortunately. But that's still 2 out of 3. And one of them was a 10-point runner. And this is beautiful. I wasn't in this trade that long at all. I actually didn't even finish watching this trade. I had to go pick up my son from school. I had already scalped out. And so, hey, I'm gonna show you guys a little piece of the video. The video doesn't finish because I don't know what happened. Maybe my monitor went black or something because I wasn't here watching it. So you get to see some of this trade. But yeah, I had to leave. And so that's the beauty of trading, right? You actually can make, you can make money when you're not even sitting in front of a computer. Isn't trading grand, people? Isn't trading grand? Yeah, I was watching this on my phone. My wife was driving, was going to pick up my son from school. I was watching this on my phone happening like, ooh, I'm up 8 points. Ooh, I'm up 9 points. Ooh, 8. I was just like, come on, 2 more ticks, 2 more ticks. It's so exciting. It's so fun to make money this way. I'm just saying I'm just sharing my experience. That's how this trade played out. I didn't even watch this. I was watching the numbers on my phone, but great 10-point runner. But yes, when I saw the low, higher low, got in above the MA, boom, great trade. So like I said, mistakes were made. I broke a rule here and took a first entry, I deserve to lose. I'm glad I lost. Glad I lost, because breaking rules is how you lose money. All right. But we came back when we saw the low, higher low after the second entry worked, and boom. So this again is another way to practice. All right. Practice by just taking screenshots. So you can practice at any time. You can put in the hours. If you get your chart hours up, you will start to destroy your competition. All right. But so you can practice before you trade, and then after you trade, take a screenshot of your trading day and evaluate your entries and look at what you did right. Look at what you did wrong. I'm telling you, tomorrow, I am not going to take a first entry. All right. I'm going to remember this trade right here. I'm going to remember the pain I felt when it almost won by 2 ticks. I'm going to remember the pain I felt when it ended up losing. And I realized that, dude, you took a first entry. What are you doing? Okay. I'm not going to do this tomorrow. That's how you improve your trading. All right. So that's going to wrap it up for today. Oh, no, it ain't. I'm going to show you this trade because I do have pieces of it. Sorry, the whole thing didn't play out. I wish I had it because I would have loved to see it, get all the way to the finish line. But yeah, I'm gonna roll this one for you. It's Monday. Let's do something cool. Let's show a live trade example. So I'm gonna roll this one for you. And then after that, that'll be it. So, hey, this is a great time to like, share, and subscribe. I greatly appreciate all of you. Greatly appreciate you tuning in. Please hit that like button. If this video helped you out a little bit, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and comment today. You know what I'm saying? If you think that, practice is important, right? Practice, practice, practice. All right. So I'll catch you guys next time. My name is JD. And as always, I wish you increase on the Sutton. Bye-bye. If you want to learn price action trading, you can visit www.jdhyter.com, where you will find the IOTS price action trading system, which is the course that you need to begin to increase on the Sutton. Thanks for checking this one out all the way to the end. If you want to learn what the best price action entries are, check this video out right here.